Okay, thank you so much for joining me here at the live desk. Again, I am Janae Hancock. It is Thursday, June 22nd. We have officially almost made it to the end of the week, or we have made it to the end of the week. We have officially almost made it to the weekend, I should say. Thank you so much for joining me. I am going to cover a few of the top stories that we are keeping our eye on here at the live desk, as well as in our newsroom. And of course, we will bring you all more updates during our newscast today. But right now, I do want to start off with going to our website, KCTV5.com. We are following a double shooting. We mentioned it on our morning show today. But in case you missed it, I do want to touch on the new details that we have coming in. We just spoke to KCPD on the phone, and I will bring you those updates here in a bit. But as far as what we know so far, police believe that 2 male teens were shot and 1 has died from their injuries. No identities have been released just yet, but it did happen last night at around 8 p.m. near East 100th Terrace and Hillcrest Road in Kansas City. Now, that is just east of Grandview Triangle. And when police arrived, they were led inside of a residence where they found 1 shooting victim unresponsive. Additional officers at the scene were notified that an additional shooting victim was located a short distance away down the street. Now, this is a homicide investigation, and you can head to our website, KCTV5.com, to learn more. But this does come on the heels of an uptick of violence here in KC. And like I mentioned, we did speak to KCPD on the phone not too long ago, and they did give us an update on the number of homicides so far this year, and they confirmed the number that is now on their website. Let's take a look at that right now. There have been 90 homicides so far this year. Now, mind you, we are only 6 months into 2023. And taking a look at the rest of the numbers, back in 2022, we ended the year with 170 homicides. And as far as 2021, we already beat that record in 2022, coming up with 157 homicides. Right now, we are inching closer to that number in 2023 with 90 homicides so far. Again, KCPD just updated this number after that double shooting late last night that happened in KC around 8 p.m. or near the East 100th Terrace and Hillcrest Road in Kansas City. And now that Mayor Quinton Lucas has been reelected, he says that gun violence and safety in our communities is definitely a priority of his and his administration for the next 4 years. And, you know, we actually heard from Mayor Quinton Lucas on election day before he was reelected, and he touched on gun violence. Let's take a listen into what he said.
Doing the work to keep guns out of the hands, particularly of young people, but we also need to make sure we have law enforcement and corrections that help address these issues on the enforcement side. It is an important balance.
Okay, and so as far as the double shooting last night, as always, you can head to our website, KCTV5.com, and we will be sure to update this story as new details come in. But again, I do want to touch on that latest number that we did receive from KCPD. There have been 90 homicides so far this year in 2023. Again, we are only 6 months into the year, and that is the latest number following this double shooting that killed 1 person late last night in KCMO. I do want to switch gears, taking a look at another local story that we are following here in our newsroom. Take a look at this story that's also listed on our website. A Kansas City school will reopen this school year, I should say, following a judge's decision. Now, the judge found several issues with the Commission and State Board of Education's decisions to revoke Genesis School's charter, and that includes court documents from the Genesis versus Missouri Charter Public School Commission that finds the commission's actions were unlawful. It hit on how decisions were made without Genesis breaching any of the terms on the contract with the Missouri Charter Public School Commission. They also cite that there are several inconsistencies with the decision, so the school is officially reinstated. That school will open back up, and students and families will be able to go to a school nearby with involvement from the Boys and Girls Club of Greater KC once again. And that contract for the charter school is until June of 2025. So that is the latest on that. I know we also touched on that during our morning show as well today, but right now, I also want to take a look at another huge story. We're all talking about it. It is extremely hot outside. It has been extremely hot outside, and I'm sure a lot of people want to get outside. They want to find things for their children to do. Take a look at this video. I know we're all wishing it is warm outside right now, just at 10 o'clock in the morning, so I know we're all wishing we were maybe at a water park like these kids and like those adults were just on that slide, but Heads up, if you are going to be heading to any playgrounds this summer and in the next couple of days, be aware of the equipment that can reach up to 200 degrees, and that includes plastic slides or even rubber cushions. It is extremely dangerous for kids as they get second or third degree burns, I should say. Make sure you're checking all of the equipment, even seats inside of your car before sitting down, and make sure you are dressed in proper clothing this summer that will prevent you from those burns. Over the next several days, we will see temperatures well over 80 and even 90 degrees. And as we touch on that, I do want to take a look at this tweet that I saw coming from the National Weather Service not too long ago. They're just giving people a heads up. We always like to remind people of just how dangerous the extreme heat can be during the summer months. Take a look at this. They just posted this graphic saying that year-round, never leave kids in your car. Just another reminder, roughly a third of child hot car deaths occur outside of the summer months. They're reminding people to check the back seat. Year-round hot car deaths occurred each month of the year. I've also heard tips of just maybe leaving something that you will never forget in your back seat, whether that's a shoe or a purse or something, so you do not forget your kid as well. They also say that locked parked cars year-round deaths have occurred due to a child entering a parked car. And be on guard even if it's not hot outside. Hot car deaths can occur even when the outside temperature is below 70 degrees. So some important tips there and reminders. Also, we just want to make sure people know to stay hydrated and stay cool during the next several months as we will be dealing with the summer heat. Now, I do want to take a look at this before I leave you all, just to give you a little tease of what to expect during the 11 o'clock hour. Coming up at 11 a.m., I will have the latest on the massive search that is still underway for the missing Titanic sub this morning. We do know that we received new updates from overnight. Right now, you are taking a live look at St. John's Harbor. So I will be sure to bring you the latest updates coming in from there this morning and what we can look forward to in the next coming days from officials.